He's dead.
Hello, this is Jacko's Ghost. I am here going to do a Ghost of a newer mission called Misguided Souls by Nicked. This is a very impressive little mission, and I'm excited to get it started, so here we go. All we have to do is get inside, steal an artifact, get 1800 loot, and then get back out. Very first thing is this interesting little area. I think that the atmosphere of this mission is very good. I think it's impressive, to say the least. That little sound effect. It sounds like an arrow being shot mixed with something else, but ultimately you just flip that switch and this opens the doors. So basically that generator is giving power to the entire station, whatever this place is. You walk through here. This is actually a fairly quick mission, and you can actually get through this area very easily. There's a robot on the other side of the room here. He can just barely see you. There's cameras kind of all over, but not really alerting to you fully. And first thing is over here in this kitchen. Find some valuables here. And over here, this piece of loot there, some items. And there's one extra piece up here. Now you see that there are robots in the vents in there. We'll get to those later. So now we're going to head over to this barracks area. And there's some loot in a bunch of these chests. And some items. And this one's got loot. This one's got a hammer. What do we call this? Anyway. Moving on from here, we're going to move into the workshop eventually. I actually think it's really clever that there's just robots in this opening area. It's just makes you feel like it's just highly automated, this area. So now we're going over to the under construction area. This is where we're going to find some maps. Read. There's our maps. Then we're going to head into the vents. And you have to be kind of careful about when you open these vents because they do fall on the ground and make a sound. And if anybody's nearby, they can often hear that. For now, we're going to head up this ladder. And I think we're going to find our way to a dead hammerite. Or a mechanist, rather. He's got a key. Oops. And so this area you've got to be careful because through that window to the left is a camera who can spot you pretty easily. So if you're hoping to avoid second alerts from that camera, you gotta time it just right, otherwise you just gotta be quick. But yeah, there's a secret switch under the table there, and that leads to these artifacts. And I found the best way to avoid the camera here is to just jump over this wall. Sorry I won't be able to read that readable on the other side. I just want to get through this mission as efficiently as possible. I don't want to have to upset the camera.
Finally today the Paris will reveal his plan.
Here's the camera that's running through the window.
Will rejoice and live in paradise. The builder will join us on that day. They will weep tears of joy when you see.
Over here, we'll have a purse sitting on a table, and you can stay in the dark and just lean around the wall. Then go ahead and wait for this guy to start moving again. So then there's the two rooms behind him that each have loot and readables. Read. Grab those. Head into the X room. Read. Now we're gonna head over to the upper floor of the auditorium. I actually found this place is very easy to slip through because their sight is not very great. So it just kind of misses you as you can slip right in as long as the camera is timed right. We're actually about to find our way to the other side of this auditorium. And we're going to get into, I guess it's a laboratory of some kind. You'll see we'll be slipping in. Just got to be careful. There's a shadow right here that you can hide in. And then just got to watch out for this camera here. As long as you're quick. Just make sure I wasn't seen there. And this is a cool little area. The library here has a couple pieces of loot. There's one secret in a safe over on this side with some loot inside. There's also a silver nugget over here. Now each one of these skulls is probable, but I wasn't able to find anything other than the Mechanist servant just standing in the corner. That's readable here. Read. Wait for this robot to pass. It's always a good idea, this mission, to try to do it as much as you can before hitting this area, because there's a change coming. Don't want to give anything away now, but... So this is the entrance to the dig site. And first thing is down here. There's a couple nuggets. And you can jump down here. Read. And then we go to the next readable. Read. If you head to the left behind here, there is a small workbox with a gold gear in it. Now this area, this is interesting. This is clearly an important item, the refined fuel. And if you saw the water arrow there, or the holy water rather, yeah, that's a bit of foreshadowing. So watch yourself. Uh-oh. Did I just catch the lip here? Okay. No, whatever. I'll take it. Yeah, well, if it works, it works. Alright, so I'm going to go in here. There are 2 secrets in this little tomb area. There's these artifacts first, either side. And see the cracks in the floor, and you can probably tell that you might need to watch your step in here. There's 8 jars in this area and 1 rug just in this little section. I think we hit our loot goal just now. Jump over this. There's nothing of value over here, just some regular bowls. And if you go up here, let's go over here. This one has a gold goblet, and this one has a regular goblet. Moving on. In this next area, you'll find masks on the wall, and if you are looking at this panel on the floor, wondering what's up, you might be correct in knowing that there's a secret, and it's found back here. You gotta really, really scour the area if you want to find that secret. But for now, I'm gonna show you this, and I'll show you another secret, and it's up here. this is the more simple of the two secrets. I'll come back and show you where the other one is located on my way out. Down here, we're in the actual excavation site, and I absolutely love this. Just the vibes here are so perfect. Reminds me of 2001: A Space Odyssey, that sound. First, we're gonna head over here. I'll show you what this does, because there's nothing in there, but give a cool little effect. Leaning forward, you can just grab all of these items. And you can also find this. And this will get you a rug that's quite valuable. Highly recommend taking it. And I think we are ready to complete a mission objective. And in case you can't tell, something might change here. Yeah. So if you have that ominous laugh, you might assume that something different is going to occur. And you can see how the light has changed in these little cracks. And I promised to show you where the secret was located. Well, there's a switch right back here. And another one right back here. Whoops. Yeah, I always think that hidden switches are pretty nice when they are very cleverly hidden. That was pretty good. But yeah, so we're gonna head back out. We have just a couple pieces of loot left, and yeah, we're gonna head back to the main part of the Mechanist temple. It's not a church. Is it like a compound of some kind? Anyway. Yep, that sound indicates that something's going on. So you might be able to tell that they're battling something. And if you guessed that now that that zombie's not in the tank anymore, that perhaps there's some undead hanging around, you'd be right. And very clever, and very smart, and handsome. So in this situation, we got some undead lurking about. We're just gonna go ahead and find our way to the nearest duct. It's usually the best way to make sure that you stay out of people's way. There is a haunt. It's a Mechanist haunt, which I don't think I've seen before. But he does patrol this area, so it's important to be careful that even in these ducts, you gotta be a little aware of what's going on. And I think I just realized that this is the wrong way. I'm actually gonna go the other way. That robot is not very easy to pass. So I think it's a lot better when I head over this way. And go over here and head down this ladder. And these robots are very touchy at this point, so if they see you at all, they will start shooting at you. So you gotta be very well hidden. And here comes that haunt. As long as you stay in the darkness, you should be okay. Actually, if you stay in the darkness and you're in the ventilation system at all, even in one of the nooks where the patrol doesn't technically touch, they do still find you. I just wanted to show you something cool that is in this mission, so I'm probably going to save scum this area a little bit, but I just wanted to show you this. So if you go into this room, this is the security room, and you can do things like turn off the alarm. And there's also another nifty little feature. Pull that switch, and you can summon reinforcements. they will shoot at some undead for you. I mean, they'll still shoot at you. Boom! Oh, he killed that guy. Ballin'. And then you die, of course, because they don't care much for you either. So I don't recommend it. But if we go down this way, we can find a simpler route. The only place we have left to go to is the basement. So that's where we're headed. And I think there is a couple of different ways to get through there. I'm going to go through this ventilation shaft just because it's simpler. There are stairs on the other way. And I suspect that they are quieter. But I kind of figure everybody's alerting right now. So the fact that I just dropped this huge metal grate on the ground, and the fact that it almost certainly alerted this haunt down here, doesn't make me feel great, frankly. But, kind of take it as an exception. He was already probably pretty irksome. And frequently I hear explosions down here whenever I try to approach this guy. And he typically tries to come up the stairs and catches me, so I think it's probably best if I hide myself over here in this corner. And there's one of those explosions. I don't know if he'll make his way up here, but hopefully we can wait him out, get him to calm down after a couple seconds. I think he is just about to calm down. Yeah, on second thought, maybe I shouldn't have gone this way. I should have just taken the stairs. That probably would have taken less time. For that, I apologize. I think he's just about calm. I'm going to wait for him to confirm that. There he is. So he's not calm. He's just not as troubled as he was earlier. Oh, this is not good. Oh. I don't know why I didn't clack down on the ground. I was sure he was going to catch me, but sometimes you just get lucky. I'm just going to make sure that he didn't see or hear me. Okay. Hopefully he didn't hear that either. But yeah, these are the last few pieces of loot in the mission. There's only a couple left after this. And then you can drop down into this vent. And I always like to stand up in vents because it makes me feel like I'm moving super fast. And you can just climb up this way. Read. And you can see these are actually empty fuel canisters here. But you can see that you can put one in here. And that's going to start up the machine here. And that readable I just skipped has instructions on how to use the, I think it's called a waste machine, but there's a secret over here. A big copper coil of some kind. You can pretty easily avoid this guy. And then the way out is in through the machine. And I'm trying to see if I can find a way of doing this without potentially alerting this guy, but every time, even when crouched, I crank down on that metal grate there. It's too bad, but hopefully he didn't alert me. I don't know. if he did, but I don't really care. Here we go. This last bit's very clever. I love the slight obstacle course of it. Just gotta get through here. And that's the game, ladies and gentlemen. Whee! So that's Misguided Souls. All loot. All secrets. Yeah, I think that is a very decent mission. As I said, I love the vibes of the whole thing. It doesn't have the most heft to it, but I do think that given its incredibly powerful vibes and the clever use of the robots in the first half, I do think that you're kind of expecting the change to come, but I still think that the gameplay is challenging enough. I think that there's enough going on here. I'd like to see more like this. These are fun little missions, and I think Nicked really has a great aptitude for this kind of thing. So anyway, I think this mission is definitely like a 7 overall for me, but I enjoyed it, and I hope you did too.
He's dead. Let's head back now.